So I've kind of had my mind on this topic for a little while now, and I've just struggled to put it into concise words without rambling, so I'm going to try and do that right now. I can't help but feel when it comes to small streamers, small YouTubers, indie VTubers, that sort of thing, there's a very consistent mentality of just do whatever you want, have as much fun as possible, don't take things too seriously, don't worry about the numbers. And if you succeed, you succeed. If you don't, you don't. You know, kumbaya, everybody chill out and relax. And like, I understand that advice. That's fine. But the problem is that that advice is being given to people who desperately want to succeed. And then those people who desperately want to succeed, you know, they try the whole kumbaya, do whatever you want and have fun strategy, and it doesn't work. And then they get upset about the numbers. They clearly want to make it, but there's such an intense culture of do whatever you want, don't criticize, don't improve, don't even bother. I see a lot of people struggle. They're in this community that constantly tells them do whatever you want, have fun, and there's a chance that you could make it. But then they do the same thing they see everybody else doing and it doesn't work, and then they get annoyed and they get angry and they look for these weird random reasons for why their content isn't taking off. And then they get frustrated and they get bitter and they make up excuses and they start getting angry, and then they start blaming people like, oh, she's only blowing up because she's a woman. Oh, he's only blowing up because he knows how to draw, or, whatever. Not looking introspectively at themselves and their own content to figure out what's wrong. And if they ever share that, hey, I'm insecure about my content, what do? No one actually tells them to improve. No one explains how to improve. They're just told, oh, just keep doing whatever you want, but whatever they want isn't working. So I see a lot of people just kind of get frustrated and fed up and burnt out. And I don't think I meet terribly many people like myself who thoroughly enjoy the challenge of figuring out what it takes to succeed. What does the algorithm want? What does the audience want? What works and what doesn't? This whole content creation strategy, at least the one on YouTube, is 100% a logic puzzle. For the first year and a half of my channel, I was putting out content every single day, sometimes multiple times a day. The point was to experiment and fail. Fail as quickly as possible, fail as hard as possible, as often as possible, make as many mistakes as it is physically possible to make, because the experiment was fun. Seeing what didn't work is fun for me, and I don't see that attitude anywhere else. I don't really see anyone who's sort of in my space actively experimenting and then reporting back on what does and doesn't work. And I put out advice all the time and it gets likes, but I never see anyone actually take the advice. And it's genuinely bizarre, kind of disheartening, and also kind of alienating and lonely. Because anytime I talk to people about the strategies and self-imposed stress of not knowing how to succeed and, thinking of 100 different ways to succeed, people always tell me, oh, you're stressing yourself out for nothing. It's not important. You make it or you don't. Just have fun. You're stressing yourself out for nothing. And it's honestly kind of annoying and frustrating to be trying to achieve a goal and have all these unmotivated people around me weighing me down and constantly trying to massage me back into mundanity. And it's aggravating, and it's hard to find other people who are equally motivated the same way I'm motivated. No one else sees the logic puzzle in front of them. It's like we're all trying to put out a 1,000-piece puzzle and people are just throwing pieces at the table and hoping some of them stick. Meanwhile, I'm out here trying to actually assemble a puzzle, and people just occasionally walk by and shake the table and be like, hey, you're dumb. Why are you trying to put together the puzzle? Puzzles are supposed to be fun. You don't have fun with a puzzle by putting it together. And they just shake the table to aggravate me and disrupt my progress and disrupt my flow and try to mellow me out so that I don't try so hard. I get indirectly called a tryhard all the time, and it's so frustrating.
What is a crab in a barrel mentality?
A crab in a barrel. You put a bunch of crabs in a barrel. Yeah. Every crab that tries to climb out of the barrel, there's another crab that's gonna grab that crab and pull him back in. Eventually, no crabs can get out the barrel because they're all pulling each other back down because they're all trying to get to the top.
Because no one else cares, and their lack of enthusiasm just kind of sucks out your enthusiasm. That's kind of what it's like to be in the very, very small indie VTuber scene. Is just no one is interested in figuring out the logic puzzle, and I constantly distance myself. Like, I'll meet new people, and then they'll just complain about numbers, and I try to give them advice, and they take it as an insult. Like, oh, you think I'm doing things wrong? What, you think I'm not capable? And it's like, no, I didn't say that. I didn't say you weren't capable. I said you weren't doing what you were capable of. You are capable of doing more than what you are currently doing. And the fact that you're not excited to see what you're actually capable of is honestly kind of infuriating. Aside from a very small pool of people who I enjoy talking to just because they're my friends, I do feel totally alone. Everyone else has either already made it and for some reason doesn't find it interesting to share their secrets. I don't know if they're worried about competition or what the deal is. It's almost like when people do become moderately successful, they get annoyed when people copy them, which is bizarre to me. They had to work so hard to make it work. When other people are employing the same strategies as them, there's this like stigma against it. Like, why are you copying me? And it's like, because they're trying to succeed. It feels like the entire system is designed to kill aspiring creators. No one is like actively maliciously killing the indie VTuber community, but the way the culture is set up for at the lowest level to just not care, and once you get some modicum of success, to get bitter and defensive and angry when people try to copy you. Beneath me are the people who want to pull me down, and above me are the people who want to shoot me down, and I'm just kind of fighting alone from two different sides, and no one is interested in helping me because nobody has the same goal that I do. No one else is interested in success the way I am. And I could not, for the life of me, figure out like why I felt this way and why I felt so alienated until I was watching CDawgVA and Iron Mouse. Connor and Mousy were just having a chat about content creation, and Connor was just talking about how in his stream, when he streams, the stuff that he streams, he intends to later make into a YouTube video.
So, if it's gonna make a good YouTube video, it'll make a good stream in general, right? Because you have the arc, right? If there's an arc to it, there's a challenge, and it makes for a good encapsulated experience that can be summed down to 30 minutes, it'll probably make a good stream as well. So in my head, I'm like, could I explain this in a title, or could I explain it in one sentence to the stream? Yes, okay, then maybe it's good. All right, is there enough challenge to last like an hour or two? Yes.
So really, Twitch is just an extension of his usual content creation process, and he thinks that's fun. Anything that's gonna make a good YouTube video is also gonna make a good stream. So he's mini-maxing this shit, right? He's gamified it. He's figured out a way to do two things at once. He is mini-maxing his content creation on two different platforms simultaneously, and I think that's genuinely genius. He was talking to Mouse about how he was basically min-maxing content creation, and Mousy was just making fun of him for it.
Meh. I'm selfish, I don't give a fuck. I do it because I want to do it.
Fine,
you want to hang out with me? Come hang out.
It sounds like you can't understand sometimes why I think about content so much. Really? Because you always say it like it's like a weird thing.
Where your priorities are.
What do you mean? Why are you saying it like that?
What? But it's the truth. You prioritize content over everything.
She made fun of him and said that, oh, content creation is more important to you than anything, even more important than having fun. And he's like, no, creating content is the fun part. Success is the fun part. When you do something and it works out, there's satisfaction behind that, and that's fun. It's rewarding to succeed.
That doesn't mean I don't have fun. That's how I have fun. I like doing it. I like having that. You know how in Minecraft you want to build stuff? This is the way that I like my creative brain builds. It keeps it exciting and fresh if I keep trying to do new things and make it. You try things, it doesn't always work out. But then when you find something that does work, you're like, oh my God, that was so fun. That was so cool.
I was kind of felt mirrored to my own experience here in the community of if you try, it's almost funny. It's try hard behavior. And it was just so funny to me that even at his level of success, even at his level of grind, where he is absolutely working as hard as he can, while at the same time making it look effortless, making it look easy, he's actually behind the scenes very clearly on that grind. So just seeing, him get made fun of for being on the grind was just kind of very relatable to me. And I realized that like this spot that I'm in, where it kind of feels like I'm being, pushed down and pulled down at the same time, it's just interesting to me that never actually goes away. You'll always be a tryhard for trying to succeed. So you just have to do it anyway and enjoy your success and not really be able to relate to the people around you because nobody else cares. And I think I understand creator burnout a little bit better now, because I've never gotten burned out on making content. I love making content, but I'm very much getting burnt out on the people around me and the way I can't relate to anyone anymore. I can't relate to my friends anymore because I'm so singularly focused and obsessed and excited about making content and none of them care. It's alienating. It's hard to connect with people when the thing you're most obsessed with is just not interesting to anyone else around you. It's a uniquely stressful spot to be in that I don't think I've ever heard another content creator talk about. So I just wanted to talk about and let people know what it's like on the inside, behind the scenes, the mentality that we have and the things that we go through that nobody talks about. So if you want to become a content creator, I would prepare yourself for the shocking distance it puts between yourself and other people. You've really got to be self-motivated. This has to be what you enjoy. This has to be your passion, 110%. Because if it's just a hobby, you're eventually going to get to a point where the struggle isn't worth it, life gets in the way, or just the loneliness of not being able to relate to your peers because you're investing so much time and energy into something no one else cares about that you just give up.
But then what if you just want to have fun and then one day you decide, I don't really want to stream this week. And then you're like, I actually don't want to stream the week after either. That can happen.
So I just want to share that with you. I hope you have a little bit more insight as to what I assume not only I'm going through, but I have to imagine every semi-successful content creator on YouTube goes through this at some point. I mean, I can't be the only one, right? I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.